Okay, good morning. Market just opened here. It's January 22nd, Friday, and good things going here. I'm a little bit late to the table this morning, but we can see price on the daily charts. First chart I always look at. Price is coming off the high there, off the high, the top of that trend line, and today, tomorrow, next week sometime, it'll eventually most likely gravitate down to this level here. Well, what are we looking at here? Hang on, I'm looking at a currency there. Sorry, folks. Daily chart, here we go. Looks very similar. I'm short that other currency. Okay. So here we are again. Okay, daily chart. And we can see prices at the top of the channel line trying to break out. Yesterday, I expect, because we're up here at these highs, that once again, just like yesterday, my bias would be to the downside because of where we're at there. On the 60-minute chart, we've got let's see here. Action coming off of the highs here. Channel. Test of the top of the channel. Action is coming down now. I need to look at the smaller chart. There could be a trade playing out right now as I'm talking here. And I was late this morning. I have had other things going on here this morning. So in addition to several other trades I'm in all at the same time and other products that I'm juggling here, so but I think I'm going to be able to get a short here very quickly here, like right now. I just got to get my order entry screen though. That would help. Let's see here. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Sorry folks, this is not how I normally do things, but I'm juggling a little this morning. Alright, let's see. So I got the 15-minute chart here that you're looking at. I'm looking at other charts on other screens, but I was up late last night trading, and so it kind of threw me off my game this morning here. So let's see what we got going on here. 5-minute chart. 15-minute chart coming off the highs. So I know my bias is bearish because we're coming out those highs on the daily chart, but we have a bullish break of a bearish channel here going on. See this? This is a 5-minute chart. So keeping in mind, behind everything, we've got that big daily chart. The daily chart is bearish, but we have a bullish move here now. Now we have a breakout of that channel in the 5-minute chart. When you get a breakout of a bearish channel and it's successful, it will oftentimes test the beginning of the channel, just like what we're seeing right here. Just typical price action behavior. So my charts are all messed up all over my other screens, so I have to kind of organize myself here on the fly. So let's just see what we got going on here. All right, getting things in order here a little bit now. So now what I do on one of my other screens is I'm going to open up that 60-minute chart so I can have that, so I could get a bearing on where I'm at relative to, you know, the bigger time frames. As I always or usually or often say, you know, even if I'm taking a trade off this 5-minute chart or off a 1-minute chart, I'm always taking that trade in a spot, or usually, that makes sense relative to the bigger charts, the 60-minute chart, the daily chart, or maybe the 30-minute chart even. But I don't just blindly look at a pattern and say, okay, now we've tested the high of this channel, it's a good spot to short here. You know, I want to know what's going on the 60-minute chart. You know, where are we on the 60-minute chart here? Well, on the 60-minute chart, action's looking really strong. Do I want to short into a nice, big, strong, bullish 60-minute bar? No, especially when I have a pivot level above me that price may want to come up and test, especially when we may have kind of a very loose double bottom that's formed here. Double bottom may have formed on this flag, which could be turning into a large range. If it's a range, price is going to come up here somewhere and then fail and come down again. So that's what I'm talking about. This is a 60-minute chart. I'm trading off of a 5-minute chart, but I'm looking at this to get a good bearing on where I'm at relative to the bigger picture. You have to know, I think you have to know what is the bigger picture of what's going on before you take a trade. Because a trade setup could be a great setup or could be a lousy setup, and it can be the exact same setup. And the reason that it could be good or bad is where is it relative to the daily or the 60-minute chart. I'll be right back. Okay, I had my volume off on the microphone. I'm sorry. So what I was saying here is I don't want to go long up here at these highs. You know, we're too far up here for me to get in long. And that doesn't mean that price can't come up here and test these areas and even break out of them. But if you are not profitable, if you're trading, you need if you're a price action trader, then you need a price action justification to get into a trade. And jumping in just because it's going up is not a reason to trade, because you have no idea when that's going to turn around. Okay, you could hop in here on this trade and be down 10 points in the blink of an eye. It could go up 10 points in the blink of an eye too, but we're not gambling here, okay? Gamblers, will fail at trading. You have to think in terms of probabilities like a gambler, but you can't just throw your money to the wind and say, I hope that this works out. Well, this is going up, so I'm going to just put in 10 contracts. Maybe I'll get a couple points. I can make $400 in 5 seconds, and that'd be great. Well, that's just stupid. You're going to lose your money if you do that. What would be a price action reason to trade here? Well, the only thing I can see is shorting up at the top here. All right? Or maybe price rolls over hard all of a sudden here. Maybe this area it's testing right now is, maybe this is the test. So that would give me a reason, okay? So I can look at my smaller charts right now, which I am looking. I'm looking at the 3-minute and the 1-minute chart on one of my other screens. And I'm looking for, clarity, big, strong, bearish action coming in. That's what I'm watching for, not seeing it. So I'm also looking at the ES because it's moving upward just like NQ is. So I'm looking at the ES. That's the S&P 500 futures. I'm watching that also on the 5-minute chart. And if that were to suddenly roll over hard here, it would perk my interest then in terms of the NQ, and I would be ready to short that also quicker than I normally would if I had an ES confirmation happening first. Now on the ES, on the 5-minute chart, we have a trend line that's been broke. So where's price probably going to go? It seems like a long way off, but that's up to the beginning of the trend line. And then again, we have a pivot point here, and that is a monthly pivot point, I think. Wait a minute, let's double check on that. No, that's a daily pivot point. So it's a daily pivot point. So price there's a good chance it could work its way to the beginning of this trend line here. So everything's looking bullish on both indexes, but I'm not getting in. I'm not going to get in because of where we're at here. Just not doing it. So I'll just watch, and I'll be back in a minute. And look at that. Price is coming right off of that. So I'm keeping an eye on my smaller charts again. If action were to suddenly roll over hard, I'm ready to take a short here. But as strong as action has been, I'm reluctant to do that. I'm cautious. I don't need to trade. You know, I want high probability trades on my morning trade. So there's where we are on the hourly chart. It certainly makes sense that it could roll over here, that I can perhaps get some points. But you can look at the 1 minute chart and see buying is coming in on this pivot level here. See if it fails. I'm going to make this a 3 minute chart, which gets me a little more zoomed in. So I don't need to look at the big chart anymore. Here's where we're at. We're not getting follow through. We got buying coming in on both of these bars here. See that? See these candles here on this bar and this bar? That's not conviction. That's not, those aren't trend bars, okay? So the bulls are still in control here, and bears are probably going to get trapped. The bears who went short here, okay. And this is what we've been seeing. This is the type of trading we've been seeing frequently this year. So you got to really be careful. So I'll just keep watching here a bit. Strong buying coming in here. Look at that. all those shorts got just crushed. I mean, it was a logical place to short, but it you know, this is what that hourly bar was looking like. So although it was coming up to a prior level, look where it could go, or look where it could go. But look how strong that bar is too. Now action could roll over here, but you better be very careful shorting into a bar like that. You got to really have good confirmation that it's time to short. And that's what, you know, I could I could look at these smaller charts. Like let's say, you know, we had follow through. Let's say these bars didn't have these bearish or these bullish wicks on them. I mean, look at that. So let's say it just, boom, just fell off hard down here. You know, and then blew through this prior resistance level that is now support. Then like right around here, I probably would have jumped in short. Now this could be perceived as a range, so there'll be shorts coming in. However, the prevailing tide at the moment seems to be bullish, so I don't think I want to do that. Right? I don't think I want to short here. Anything can happen, but don't want to short. And look at that. Oh, the shorts are going to get crushed again today. and there's selling coming in at what algorithms are perceiving to be the top of a range. Algorithms are they are what most of the trading is being done by is by computers. So this is looked at as a range here. So immediately selling at the bottom, buying, selling at the top and buying at the bottom. But you can see profits already being taken by traders here as they shorted. And here's where we are in that 15-minute chart. Looks like it could be good, but I am just going to sit and wait. Or, you know, I could take a very small entry here. As always, you'll hear my entries going off when I enter. Fiddling around with my tea. I usually drink coffee, but I'm having ginger tea this morning. All right. Look at that. See this indecisive action, lack of clarity. We seem to be at a good spot on the 15-minute chart to take a short. However, as we burrow into the trade, what we can see is lack of clarity, and each time the bears try to rustle control, buying comes in down here. So have to keep watching and just be patient. So this is so just so you know what I am doing, this is, I have my name chopped off on the bottom down there, so I'll keep it like this. So I have my order entry ready to go. NQ, 10 contracts, and then I have another one of these boxes. Actually, I have two more with one of them has 2 contracts loaded in, and another one has 5, and those are my exits. So if I get into this and I'm in my trade, I could immediately click on the other order entry screens to get out of my trade in amounts that I'm comfortable with. Like the one with 2 contracts, I can click on that 5 times and I'm out of my trade. So that's how I do it. So it works for me. I can't stand trading off the screen. I don't like the lines when they get in there. I don't like it. So I can click on this up here and set up Chart Trader, but I've never liked Chart Trader. Unless I'm doing swing trades, I can in something that the lines don't bother me then. But so here we are again, trying to come down and test this level, but you see little tiny channel trying to form here. See, so it's trying to form some sort of channel. Let's see if it holds that. There's also this entire structure here is a range. Could be a bull flag, which we'll see. Would be a continuation pattern, but then again on the 15-minute chart you can see where we are here at these prior swing highs, but nothing's happening, right? Action's not rolling over, but then the bears aren't able to wrestle control and push it up to test these highs yet either. I suspect that the bears are going to eventually take over here, but we'll see. And the reason I think that is because of how strong the hourly bar is. Look at that. I realized last time it came up here, it rolled over. So that also can happen, but I'm not betting against this bar right now. Okay, other thing, other thing that I'll show you here is this is a 4-hour chart. So 4-hour chart is good to use sometimes when you're trying to get a beat on things and you're not getting clarity. Sometimes a 4-hour chart will help. So what we had here is what tried to evolve into a channel, evolved into kind of a range area. So we have the breakout of this channel line. So is there any surprise? There should be no surprise that we're having this happen. This big battle is happening right on top of this channel line. The bulls are trying to wrestle control and continue to push price up. The bears are trying to, bring it all the way back down again here. And we don't know at this point I don't know who is going to win that battle, but that's what's happening. And you can see it a little more clearly on the 4-hour chart. I'll continue to watch. Okay, here comes the bears again, trying to wrestle control of price. In doing so, here it looks like, oh, this is just going to roll over down here. But when you look at this, you see, oh, well, as soon as they get down to this area here, there's going to be buying coming in because it's a range. Here's a 5-minute chart, and you can see it more clearly. Look at that. That's what you call ranging action, huh? Right on top of a pivot point, using it as support. Let's see if they can break it down and push through there. 69 to... So it's 20 points. So if they could break through there, bring it down to about 48, which would be a measured move. So I'm ready to jump into that. If I see clarity. I could also start to add a small position, but it's a mistake to be getting in down here. Should have got in up here, so we'll see. There's a good chance that buying is going to come in, pardon me, at the bottom here. Let's see if these bulls that try to scalp here and go long can get overwhelmed. So I got all my order screens ready to go. And there's buying coming in. If we weren't up at these highs, I'd buy here. Right? Because we have a bullish day. I'd buy at the bottom of a range. That's a good trade. But I don't have the overall bigger picture going in my favor there, so that makes me nervous. So I don't want to take that trade. And there we go again. Buying at the bottom of the range. But I don't want to go high. I mean, I don't want to go long here. This is hourly chart. This is not the type of trade you want to place that's going to make you a profitable trader that can scale over time. If you're going long in places like this, it's not going to play out. It's not going to work out. It's not to say that this can't pop through and come all the way up here and come up and test that prior high up there. But I'm not biting. Just continue to relax and watch. Here we go again. The bears are trying to wrestle control again. You can see if you look at that bar, see the movement, the jerky movement of that bar. That's indicative of a significant amount of buying and selling going on at the same time. There's a fight going on there right now over who's going to gain control over this market. And I may short at any moment here. You could get scorched though. You can short here and this thing pops up to 85 in 10 seconds. You're down 15 points. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. You can see right on a pivot level there on the on the daily chart. Excuse me, daily pivot. Look at that. So that's giving extra support there because price is bouncing right off that primary pivot level, that daily pivot level. There's the 1 minute chart, so I can watch very closely what's happening. 1 minute chart on the right, and on the left, and the 3 minute chart is on the right. A little double bottom that formed here on the 3 minute chart. Very tempting to go long. Under any other circumstance, I would be buying down there, but only because once again we're at these highs on the hourly chart. That is the reason that I am not buying at the bottom of that range. So we have bullish action, a range. The perfect place to buy is the bottom of that range, because you're buying in the direction of the overall movement of price action on the bigger on the overall chart, and then you're getting into it at a perfect spot, which is the bottom of a range where there's always buying that comes in. But I don't want to buy up here on an hourly chart. Not doing that. So something could just sit here and do nothing, but it could break at any moment. So I'm ready to enter my trade very quickly here. So here's something else you got to watch out for now. You could get a little channel, little trend line that forms down there. See how that's maybe playing out? See it right here too. Look at that. The bears are just trying like crazy to take control of this thing. But this battle still is a stalemate, although the bears are slowly starting to get a little bit of a grip here, but we'll see. I'm ready to enter my trade. Now we are right back to a support level now, too, that we're running into. On the 3-minute chart. See that? You don't want to sell right on that. So now, got to be careful here. I think action is going to break through there, but I don't trade based upon what I think is going to happen. I trade based upon the actual movement of price action. And what I know here now is I don't short right on a support level, even though I feel certain it's going to come through there. But I'm ready. I'm ready to enter at any moment here. So now I'm down to the 3 and 1 minute chart. And now we have buying coming in on this 1 minute chart on this little trend line here. Action can easily bounce and come way up here. You have to be willing to miss the trade. It's okay if it doesn't play out just like what you need for your trading methodology. Then don't trade it. So you never want to buy on a support level like that. See that? Look. Here's the beginning of the channel. It's right where price stopped. You see that? Look at that. It's incredible. It's not by accident. Doesn't mean price isn't going to break through there, but you can see why buying is coming in here. It's the beginning of the channel. This channel right here. Okay, here we go.
Order filled.
Okay, I am short at 357. 13,357.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I don't like that. 13,357. I'm short. I took a little bit off.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
Took more off.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Took more off. $357. I'm short. I'll go through the points I'm getting after things close down here. I'm short at 13,357.
Order filled. Order filled.
On my remaining contracts now, I'm up 7 points. 8 points. Putting my stop loss at break even.
Order submitted.
Oops. I got my stop loss screwed up there. Okay, I got my stop loss at
Order submitted.
break even.
Order submitted.
My bid's not getting filled. I got a buy bid at...
Order filled.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm up 10 points. Adjusting my stop loss now for the number of contracts that I have remaining. 11 points, 11 and a half points, 12, 14. Remember, my short was at 13,357. I'm up 16, 17.
Order filled.
Adjusting my stop loss now. Up 20 points, 21 points. And I'm closing that out.
Order filled.
Oh, that's very satisfying. Okay, so I'll go through. I mean, I think I was very clear on what I was doing, why I was doing it, through that whole process. I think it was a great opportunity to learn price action trading, all the different forces going on, pushing action up, pushing market action down. We hit that support level here, everything. The amount of patience involved in that, just a great opportunity to learn, and a really good trade for me. So put my looking at my my contracts here. So I sold at 13,357.75. 357.75 right here, and I had orders fill at 54.25, so that was 3.5 points. 55, which was 2 3/4 points. 54, just 54.25, so that was 3.5 points. 54.75, so 3 points. And then 49, It's 18.75 points and 39.50. So what is that? 40, 1775. I don't know, about 17 points or so on that, on the last part. So words of wisdom here. You know, when you're up 20 points, and it's there's a lot of velocity like that. It's an emotional move, and you're coming down to this. You know, this is an area of support here. People are going to be taking those profits. So I got out probably a few seconds too late, but it worked out really well. So a really great opportunity for learning price action. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, these videos are going to be going live. If you're interested, there's no hitch, nothing. It's free, because doing these videos is a great opportunity for me to learn. It's helping me get so much better at trading. So going live, I'm going to test it out. I may do it for 2 days and say this is miserable. I'm going to quit and not do it live anymore and just go back to doing it like this. Or I may just keep doing it live forever. We'll see. But that's coming up. So if you're interested in that, send me your email address. It's not going to be used for anything else. Just send you a link in the morning, and that's going to be happening real soon. All right, have a great weekend.